Hey everyone, welcome into another episode of Favorite Fits. I'm Trevor Sikkema, and this episode is a very special episode. The latest mock draft over at the Draft Network that we're looking at today is written by my co-host over at Locked On NFL Draft, Benjamin Solak. I love reading Ben's mocks because there's always a lot of creativity in there, and that comes in the form of a handful of picks, and some you're absolutely going to love. Others tend to come with some question marks, but today we're taking a look at the ones that we really enjoyed. There was a curveball that Ben threw at us right in the top 5 that I actually really liked the idea of, or at least really loved that Ben brought to our attention. It was with the Atlanta Falcons at number 4 overall, and he doesn't have them going quarterback, doesn't have them going with defense, pass rusher, nothing like that. It's an offensive lineman, but it's not Penei Sewell. It's Northwestern offensive tackle Rashawn Slater. And Ben cites in there, hey, he understands that you might have the pitchforks and torches out already because Penei Sewell was on the board. And he went with Rashawn Slater as offensive tackle 1, but he cited a lot of people who are very plugged in this industry are saying that, shoot, Sewell might not be the consensus OT1. Slater is coming up, and there are a lot of people who really like Slater, and that's because of his ability both as an offensive tackle and an offensive guard. And so I think that Atlanta needs a big-time upgrade on the offensive line. I would totally agree with Ben there, but you're not exactly sure where that's going to come at. What Atlanta needs to do is certainly get the best 5 offensive linemen out there, and I think the versatility and the ceiling of what Slater can bring as an offensive lineman really is right up Atlanta's alley. So this one was kind of out of nowhere. I had not seen this pick anywhere before, but I like that Ben brought it to our attention. Next, we got to talk about part 2 of something that I mentioned earlier this week on the Mock episode that came out on this very YouTube channel. And in there, we talked about the Carolina Panthers. That was the pick I highlighted in Mock because I wasn't a fan of them moving from 8 to 20. I didn't think they got a lot back in return, and I didn't love the pick of Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah for them with them already having Jeremy Chinn. But on the other side of that deal, the Chicago Bears moving up from number 20 to go to number 8 to select quarterback Trey Lance. Home run. Absolutely loved it, especially for what they gave up. Look, they gave up multiple first-round picks. They gave up number 20, obviously, to move up to number 8, but they also gave up a first-round pick next year and then a third-round pick as well. So they gave up a handful of draft assets that they could probably use as a team that really overachieved this year. The main takeaway is that they went up and got a quarterback. This is one of those teams that's picking around pick number 20, the Washington football team, the Chicago Bears, the Indianapolis Colts, the Pittsburgh Steelers, where you go, man, they all really need a quarterback. There's no chance one of the top 4 guys is going to be left for them, so they got to be aggressive. He had the Chicago Bears being aggressive, getting into the top 10, getting Trey Lance. I absolutely loved it. Final pick that we got to talk about, it's 2 for 1. It's the draft haul in the first round of the Miami Dolphins. And originally they're slated to pick at number 3 overall, but Ben had them moving back from 3 to 12. So the San Francisco 49ers could go up and get their quarterback of the future in Zach Wilson. So that means that Miami's picking for the first time at number 12, but they picked up first round pick this year, first round pick next year, a second round pick next year, and a second round pick this year as well. That's all on top of already having number 18 in this draft. So at number 12, they came away with Devontae Smith. And if you want to sit here and say, hey, Devontae Smith ain't making it to number 12. Okay. I probably agree with you that he's not going to make it to number 12. But one of the top 3 wide receivers probably is Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, Devontae Smith. One of them is probably going to be there at number 12, especially when we looked at a wide receiver class that was phenomenal last year that didn't have the first guy picked until outside the top 10. And so I really do think that even though there's wide receiver needs in front of them, they're going to get one of those guys there. So plug whoever you want in at number 12, and then at number 18 they get linebacker Micah Parsons. Like that 1-2 haul of Devontae Smith and Micah Parsons, it cannot get better for the Dolphins. This is a dream scenario. They trade back, they get 2 studs, and they get multiple picks as well. So this, an absolute home run for the Miami Dolphins. That's all for the mock draft madness this week. We had some fun checking out a lot of the creativity from Ben's mock draft. If you haven't seen all of that, not just in the first round, but second rounder, and he's adding a third rounder as well, you can see all of that over at thedraftnetwork.com.